Hey everyone, it's Natalie from This and Nat, or All of This and Nat over on Instagram. I'm a wife and dog mom living just outside of Dallas, Texas. I'm so excited to share with you loads of motivational kitchen and pantry organization today. My mother-in-law just moved into a beautiful townhome, and she invited me to help her set up her kitchen and pantry from scratch. It was so much fun to get to transform a blank slate into an organized space. I hope you enjoy all of the organizational tips and ideas today. This kitchen organization was a 3-day effort with lots of other tasks in between. This was a full family affair, and you're going to just love all of the organization items we use in the pantry and the kitchen. My mother-in-law found so many cool things. Now the process here was that my mother-in-law was the one in charge of making all final decisions. I would suggest where to put things, but ultimately it was her choice to pick where it made the most sense to store items. I was so proud of her for how many things she was able to sort and donate or give to others. She had already downsized a lot, moving from a large home into a townhome, and I was happy to see how her confidence grew as she got rid of more and more things. I know decluttering can be so overwhelming, and it helps to have a friend there beside you. One of the first boxes we opened were all the items that belonged in the dining room hutch. We decided that only daily use kitchen items deserve a space in the kitchen. Serving platters, fancy bowls, pie plates, and tablecloths all went into this cabinet that will be next to her dining room table. So these two are the same. Yeah. And these two are the same. Mm-hmm. This one. So which one do you like really want?
These make a big pie, like probably too big.
Okay, so no to these.
I mean, those are just like, they make huge pies, so okay. It's hard to make a correct.
But do you really ever use these? No. Okay, so that's probably pretty easy then.
And they're probably this one too, because that one's really big.
Okay, great. When you put similar items together, it allows you to see how many you have and compare like items and make better decisions on what to keep. You will see us do this multiple times throughout the video. Once we sorted out and decluttered all of the serving items we could find, I went to work on making them fit in our designated space. Since these are items that my mother-in-law won't be using daily, it was okay for them to be stacked in a less convenient way. You can see that I had to try a lot of different ways to get them all to fit safely. We made so much progress working together on day one. Remember how high those boxes were at the beginning? And don't worry, I am going to give you the full organized kitchen tour before the end. How do you store your pots and pans? Hanging on the shelves and drawers with the lids on or the lids off? I like keeping the lids together with the pots, but I flip them so the knob part is down, which makes them easier to store. And I'm kind of jealous of these deep drawers. They are so awesome for storing things. While my mother-in-law lived with us, she saw how we use almost no paper towels. She loved it and ordered her own cloth napkins and microfiber cleaning cloths for her new house. Kitchen tools can be pretty overwhelming when they're all crammed in a drawer. My mother-in-law ended up going through all of these after I opened them and pared them down. I am super tempted now to go minimal on my kitchen utensils too. Just look at the drawers now. They are so nice and organized. Something that makes me feel super adulty is having liners on my shelves. My mother-in-law put multiple types of shelf liners all throughout her kitchen. And no, they're not 100% necessary, but they make even a rented place feel more like home. The last thing we did on day one was purge the bar glasses. In my kitchen and pantry video, I said that we could probably have 200 people over and give them all their own glass. Well, my mother-in-law might be able to host 500 people. Okay, I am just kidding, but we did need to go through all of the glasses. We unwrapped every single bar glass and put it out on the kitchen island so we could compare them side by side. If there were 2 sets of white wine glasses, one set got a new home. A mismatched tumbler, it went away too. We all have a finite amount of space to store things in. So you might say to yourself, I will try just to keep what fits in the space that I have that makes sense. Or are these items worth storing in an additional space that isn't as practical? Now you should absolutely 100% keep whatever items you use, love, or are meaningful. And you should feel zero guilt for removing items that are unused or cause you mental stress, even if they were gifted by people you love. So now we're on day 2, and this is where we're gonna get started with the pantry. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my pantry organization video. I'll make sure to link it below. You guys really seemed to love it. I wanted to show you the organizers that we had on hand to use. We didn't end up using all of them, but it was good to have lots of options. Most of these are from either the Container Store or Bed Bath & Beyond, and I will have a select few items linked down below. Before starting on the pantry, I asked my mother-in-law what items she used the most and needed the easiest access to, and which items she used less often that we could put behind other items or up high. Then I tried out different layouts with the organizers that we had, just as a starting place. These Copco turntables are my favorite way to amp up any kind of shelf organization. They just make it so easy to get to everything without having to shuffle items out of the way. I adore these wire baskets that hang underneath your shelves. They're such a great way to get bonus storage without taking up more valuable space. Then began the process of trial and error. This is the part that just takes time. You try something, you look at it, you may sit with it, and then you find another item and you end up moving everything around. It's just a process, and it's okay to try it, live with it, and change it whenever you want. We decided these fancy cake displays deserved the just out of reach but still visible from the kitchen spot in the pantry. I think they look really pretty up here. Here's one last look at day 1 of the pantry organization because we needed to come back to my house and grab all of the food that belongs in here. This is what our dining room has looked like for the last 2 months. Don't worry though, because I'm cleaning it for next week's video. Now it's day 2 of the pantry and day 3 of the kitchen organization. This storage rack is awesome and it can be used for cans of soup or soda. I have one too, and we both got them on Amazon.
It was a Thursday night when I first saw you. Those green eyes caught me. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a Friday night when I first kissed you. You struck me like lightning. You broke my chains and released me. And days turned into nights on the couch in your apartment. No, I am not the same. Everything has changed. Every day 24/7, you call my name, and I will come running, yeah.
I've been trying to decide what storage containers to get for my own pantry, and I love these OXO pop ones. But I've also read a lot of reviews that say they aren't airtight. Does anyone have experience with these, or maybe have another container that you love?
Every day.
Shelves are a great way to get more storage in pantries. These acrylic shelves are great for the kitchen and bathroom, but they won't hold much weight.
I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think these little shelves are strong enough. No?
Under my skin, I'm more free than.
So instead we use these really cool adjustable metal shelves. They're from the Container Store, and I will have these linked down below.
In your apartment, no, I am not the same. Everything has changed. Every day 24/7, you call my name, and I will come running, yeah. Every day 24/7.
My mother-in-law's pantry has me inspired to decant everything in my own pantry. I'm eager to get new containers, but I'm taking my time to research and find ones that will be best for me. And I want them to match.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies.
Here is the final result, and the full tour of the pantry and the kitchen are coming up next. So one thing that we didn't get to are these spice racks. They're gonna hang on the wall, and all of her spices will go on these racks. Now we have on the bottom, we have soda, cereal, and then all of these like bigger appliances that are in use a lot, but not often enough to be on a shelf. They're also sitting on these little mats, which just keeps the floor from getting scratched up and shows that this is a designated space for these items. Each of the corners has these large 18-inch Copco turntables. They just keep it so easy to get to everything. She has a lot of plasticware now, but that's something that she's hoping to use up here soon. And then we just have sweets, we have savory snacks, just all kinds of stuff. I tried to keep the open snacks up top and then the other snacks below. Then we just have all the baggies and kitchen wraps, foil, and things like that. The second shelf is full of all of the things that you would need to cook. My mother-in-law said she was going to be needing these items the most, so we wanted them like right at eye level. So we've got oils, we've got broth, we've got sauces, just all kinds of things that you might need while you're cooking. Then in the corner here we have pasta and other grains that are easy to get to because of the turntable. Gotta love those for the corners. Now this side is kind of like a baking section slash like tea and other miscellaneous things. If we go in closer here, you'll see there's all kinds of different extracts plus like salt, baking powder, cocoa, and everything you need for baking. And above that is more baking stuff, the flour and sugar containers. Behind it are the bags so that that's always easy in reach. And then on the turntable is just more items that are for baking. She's decanted a lot of things, which is what I want to do right now in my own pantry. I'm so excited to do it, but I just think it looks so nice. And you can see there's empty containers, so we're still working on that. These two turntables really crack me up. One is mostly barbecue sauce and the other is honey. And then underneath is just all kinds of dry cooking things. And over here for the cans, there is an organizer that's coming, it's just not in yet. Then on the very top shelf, we put things that were going to be in use occasionally, but not every day, and other appliances that are easy enough to get on a stool and just pull down when you need them. So here is the final result, minus a few things, but it is mostly ready to go. So now let's go into the finishing touches for the kitchen. She has her clean and dirty cleaning towels baskets, and I love this turntable. I think I might need one under my sink now. Look at how cool this knife mat is. I love how it makes it easy to store knives in drawers. So even though the pantry and cabinets were organized, there was still stuff all over the kitchen counters. And I know for myself that when I go to sleep with cleared off counters, I wake up happier. I honestly feel like I can't clean other places in my house until my kitchen is set straight. So while my mother-in-law was out picking up lunch, I decided to surprise her by clearing the counters. She was so grateful and so shocked when she came back. And when I came over the next night, in the midst of the other boxes and chaos, the kitchen counters were still sparkling and beautiful, and she even had wine and cheese set out. Sometimes it's those small finishing touches that really make a place home. Also, I feel like no kitchen video is ever complete without a nice and shiny, clean sink. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration to get to work in your kitchen or your pantry. Now, next week's video schedule will be a little different, so make sure to watch out on Instagram at allofthis&that so you're up to date on when the videos are releasing. See you soon!